Zheng Daxian smiled inwardly as he observed the group beside him, silently counting the people who had used the ice crystal, like a farmer waiting to harvest his crops. Wei Dinghai and his group passed by, expressing their deepest respect for Bian Junyu. Without Bian Junyu's sacrifice, the entire city of Tianhai would have collapsed. Wu Di sat on the ground holding Bian Junyu's body, silently grieving. Meanwhile, Deputy Captain Bai Li Changqing, with a serious expression, spoke up. Now that the captain is gone, according to the regulations of the district, I will temporarily assume the position of captain. He took the communication device from Bian Junyu's body and gravely contacted the upper levels of the Jiangnan district. Everyone watched his actions attentively. In Jiangnan, Chu Zheng had been monitoring Bian Junyu's group through surveillance screens. Bai Li Changqing reported the current situation to Chu Zheng. The zombie horde has been eliminated. As previously agreed, the plan to launch nuclear weapons must be cancelled. Hearing this, Chu Zheng sighed heavily and responded, "So he's finally gone, isn't he?" Bai Li Changqing heard the faint sigh from Chu Zheng, who then continued, "Well, perhaps it's for the best. For a soldier, dying on the battlefield is the best end. I'm sure he wouldn't have wanted to spend his final days bedridden." Bai Li Changqing asked, "Commander, what are our next steps?" Chu Zheng looked at the large screen before him, which showed the images of Bian Junyu, Wu Di, and their group, and said, "Bring Bian Junyu's body back. The investigation team has lost its strongest fighter and leader, and they are no longer a complete unit. I don't want to lose more elite soldiers. Besides, with the zombies in Tianhai City cleared in 2 waves, there won't be any significant threats in the near future." "Yes, Commander." Bai Li Changqing ended the conversation with Chu Zheng, turned around, and told Zhang Yi and the others, "The plan to launch nuclear weapons on Baoshui City has been cancelled." Everyone sighed in relief. They had successfully defended Tianhai City, as well as their critical bases and team members. If you're enjoying this story, please follow, share, and like the LDT Group channel. The channel is going through tough times. Consider donating the value of a cup of coffee through PayPal LDT Group to help us keep it going. Every contribution, no matter how small, makes a big difference. Check out the bio for more info. Zheng Daqian stepped forward, hands clasped in prayer, offering his respects for Bian Junyu and all those who died. May their souls live forever in heaven. As for Bian Junyu's death, no one felt only grief. Instead, they were thankful. His actions had saved Tianhai City from a very real threat, and now everyone felt a sense of relief. Zhang Yi glanced at Zheng Daqian. Seizing the moment while Zheng wasn't paying attention, Zhang Yi suddenly pulled out a long Ming blade from his spatial ability. The others stared in shock. Mantuvu frowned and asked, "Zhang Yi, what are you doing?" Zhang Yi turned, his gaze locked on Xing Tian, causing Xing to take a few frightened steps back. "What are you doing?" Xing Tian asked nervously. Zhang Yi sneered, "What am I doing? I'm going to take your life." With that, Zhang Yi sped up 8-fold and lunged forward. The blade, made from a metal that could cut through anything, combined with his ability, easily sliced through steel. It effortlessly pierced through Xing Tian's body. The blade emitted an eerie light, and blood flowed back along the edge, staining the hilt as it dripped onto Zhang Yi's cloak. The smile on Zheng Daqian's face vanished as he looked down in disbelief at the hole in his chest where the blade had pierced through. His eyes filled with confusion. He couldn't comprehend where the blade had come from, but in just a moment, he understood everything. Zhang Yi stood at a distance, holding a blade that had vanished into thin air, aimed at Xing Tian. The blade was invisible in the air. Zhang Yi quickly pulled the long sword back, leaving the wound even worse and causing blood to flow continuously. Zheng Daqian collapsed to the ground, blood soaking his chest. Tiohong Luyan frowned and shouted, "Zhang Yi, what are you doing?" Everyone else looked at Zhang Yi with suspicion. Although their past with the Baishui sect wasn't friendly, they had just fought together, and this was supposed to be a moment of triumph. Zhang Yi's sudden assassination attempt filled them with contempt. Bai Li Changqing and the other members of the investigation team frowned, observing but saying nothing. They didn't want to get involved in the internal power struggles of Tianhai City. Zheng Daqian looked up at Zhang Yi, while the priests of the Baishui sect angrily stepped forward to protect Zheng Daqian, preparing for battle. Liang Yuo and the others stood beside Zhang Yi, ready for combat. The fiery-tempered Han Chang of the Baishui sect prepared to attack Zhang Yi. At that moment, Zhang Yi still held the blade in his hand, its sharp glow forcing Han Chang to be cautious. "Zhang Yi," a voice rang out. "Why did you suddenly strike and injure him? Don't forget to follow, share, and like the LDT group channel. We're going through tough times. Consider donating a cup of coffee through PayPal at LDT Group to help keep the channel running. Every little bit of support means a lot."